Hey there, future millionaires. Welcome back to Invest Edge Academy. I'm Charlie, and today we're unlocking a secret that could transform your business and skyrocket your profits. Imagine having the power to influence decisions with just a few words. What if I told you that the way you present your product could be the difference between a struggling business and a thriving empire? This isn't magic. It's the framing effect, and it's your ticket to success. The origins and importance of the framing effect. The framing effect is a cognitive bias where people make decisions based on how information is presented, rather than just on the information itself. It's about perception, and in the world of business, perception is everything. This isn't just a theory, it's a proven strategy used by some of the most successful brands in the world. Let's start by exploring the roots of the framing effect. This concept was first introduced by psychologists Amos Tversky and Daniel Kahneman in the 1980s. They discovered that people react differently to choices depending on how they are framed. For example, would you prefer a surgery with a 90% survival rate or one with a 10% mortality rate? Most people would choose the former, even though the statistics are identical. This subtle shift in framing can make all the difference. The framing effect is not just limited to numbers or statistics. It extends to language, imagery, and even the context in which information is presented. This is why understanding the nuances of framing is crucial for any business looking to gain a competitive edge. The power of perception in business. In business, perception is reality. How your product or service is perceived by your audience can determine its success or failure. This is where the framing effect comes into play. By carefully crafting the way you present your offerings, you can shape perceptions and influence decisions. Consider the world of luxury cars. Brands like Mercedes-Benz and BMW don't just sell vehicles, they sell a status symbol, a sense of prestige and success. By framing their cars as a gateway to an elite lifestyle, they attract customers who aspire to that image. This isn't just marketing, it's a psychological strategy that taps into the framing effect. Applying the framing effect in your business. Now, let's delve into how you can apply this in your business. The first step is understanding your audience. Who are they? What are their needs, desires, and fears? Once you have a clear picture, you can tailor your message to align with their values. This is where the magic of framing begins. Start by conducting thorough market research. Use surveys, focus groups, and social media analytics to gather insights about your target audience. What language do they respond to? What are their pain points? Understanding these elements will help you craft messages that resonate. Crafting your message. Once you have a deep understanding of your audience, it's time to craft your message. This involves choosing the right words, images, and context to present your product or service. Remember, the goal is to align your message with the values and emotions of your audience. Let's take a closer look at storytelling. Humans are wired to respond to stories. They evoke emotions, create connections, and make information memorable. By framing your product within a compelling narrative, you can engage your audience on a deeper level. Think about Nike's Just Do It campaign. It's not just about shoes, it's about empowerment, overcoming obstacles, and achieving greatness. Next, consider the power of emotional appeal. Emotions drive decisions more than we realize. By framing your message to evoke specific emotions, be it happiness, fear, or nostalgia, you can influence your audience's choices. For instance, a charity might frame its message by showing the impact of donations on real lives, tugging at the heartstrings of potential donors. The role of imagery. Imagery plays a crucial role in framing. The right image can evoke emotions, create associations, and reinforce your message. When choosing images, consider the emotions you want to evoke and the associations you want to create. For example, if you're selling a health product, images of happy, healthy people enjoying life can reinforce the benefits of your product. On the other hand, if you're selling a security product, images that evoke a sense of safety and protection can be more effective. The science behind framing. Let's dive deeper into the science behind the framing effect. Research in cognitive psychology has shown that our brains are wired to respond to frames. This is because frames provide context, which helps us make sense of information and make decisions. Frames work by activating certain mental models or schemas in our brains. These schemas influence how we interpret information and make decisions. By carefully crafting your frames, you can activate the right schemas and influence your audience's decisions. Positive versus negative framing. Now let's get a bit more technical. The framing effect can be broken down into two main types: positive and negative framing. Positive framing focuses on the benefits and gains, while negative framing highlights the risks and losses. Depending on your audience and the context, one might be more effective than the other. For instance, if you're in the health industry, positive framing might emphasize the benefits of a healthy lifestyle, while negative framing could focus on the dangers of neglecting one's health. Both approaches can be powerful, but the key is knowing which one to use and when. Testing and optimization. Once you've crafted your message, it's important to test and optimize it. Use A/B testing to compare different frames and see which ones resonate more with your audience. This will help you refine your message and maximize its impact. Remember, the framing effect is not a one-size-fits-all solution. What works for one audience or product may not work for another. This is why testing and optimization are crucial for success. Ethical considerations. As we wrap up, it's important to remember that the framing effect is not about manipulation. It's about communication. It's about presenting your message in a way that resonates with your audience's values and emotions. When done ethically, it can lead to a win-win situation for both you and your customers. Real-world examples and case studies. Let's explore some real-world examples and case studies to see how the framing effect has been successfully applied. One classic example is the 80% lean versus 20% fat labeling on meat products. Studies have shown that consumers are more likely to purchase meat labeled as 80% lean, even though it's the same as 20% fat. This simple change in framing can significantly impact sales. Another example is in the insurance industry. Companies often frame their policies in terms of what you gain by having insurance, rather than what you lose without it. This positive framing can make potential customers feel more secure and inclined to purchase. How brands use framing. Brands like Apple have mastered the art of framing. They don't just sell products, they sell an experience, a lifestyle. By framing their products as innovative and essential, they create a sense of urgency and exclusivity. This is why people line up for hours to buy the latest iPhone. Similarly, Starbucks frames its coffee as more than just a beverage. It's an experience, a moment of relaxation in a busy day. This framing allows them to charge premium prices and maintain a loyal customer base. The future of framing in business. As technology evolves, so does the potential for framing. With the rise of artificial intelligence and data analytics, businesses can now personalize frames to individual customers. This means crafting messages that resonate on a personal level, increasing the effectiveness of the framing effect. Imagine receiving a marketing message that feels like it was made just for you. This level of personalization is the future of framing, and it's already being used by companies like Amazon and Netflix to recommend products and content. Advanced framing techniques. Let's delve into some advanced framing techniques that can further enhance your business strategy. One such technique is the use of contrast framing. This involves presenting two options side by side to highlight the benefits of one over the other. For example, a subscription service might offer a basic plan and a premium plan, framing the premium plan as a better value by listing additional features. Another technique is the use of social proof in framing. By highlighting how many people have already chosen your product or service, you can create a sense of trust and credibility. This is often seen in testimonials, reviews, and user-generated content. The role of cultural context. Cultural context plays a significant role in how frames are perceived. What works in one culture may not work in another. Understanding cultural nuances is essential for businesses operating in global markets. For instance, a message framed around individual success might resonate well in Western cultures, but may need to be adjusted to emphasize community benefits in Eastern cultures. The impact of digital media on framing. Digital media has transformed the way framing is used in business. With platforms like social media, businesses can quickly test and iterate on different frames to see what resonates with their audience. This agility allows for more effective communication and engagement. Moreover, digital media provides a wealth of data that can be used to refine framing strategies. By analyzing user interactions, businesses can gain insights into what frames are most effective and adjust their strategies accordingly. The psychology of decision-making. Understanding the psychology of decision-making is crucial for mastering the framing effect. People are not always rational decision-makers. Emotions, biases, and cognitive shortcuts often influence their choices. By understanding these psychological factors, you can craft frames that align with how people naturally think and make decisions. For example, the concept of loss aversion, where people prefer to avoid losses rather than acquire equivalent gains, can be leveraged in framing. By highlighting what customers stand to lose by not choosing your product, you can create a powerful motivator for action. Conclusion. So, are you ready to take your business to the next level? Are you ready to make millions by mastering the art of framing? I believe you are, and I can't wait to see what you'll achieve. Thank you for joining me today on Invest Edge Academy. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let's continue this journey to success together. Until next time, keep investing in your edge.